this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our high selves on this journey to love. And so, what I just wanted to share today is some healings that I did for people yesterday. And I'm going to share what I saw in the healings and also what songs came through and some other songs that people have sent me tonight and overnight. So the first thing that I saw, which again is a really strong visual analogy of what to remember that we're doing with the energies. So I see them as little toddlers and they are doing a relay race together. And they are passing a rose between each other. Now, the rose is the sign of divinity. And so the rose is the sign of, that is so... If you think about doing a relay race with a rose, you have to be... That's so fragile to be able to really carefully pass the rose back and forwards from each other so as not to damage the rose. So again, that's very symbolic of the energy of your energy body is the rose, and you are literally on a relay race, right? And you're on a relay race, raising each other up in your consciousness, raising each other up on your awareness. And so what happens is after they've done the relay race with the rose, they then start doing a three-legged race where you're bound by the legs by a rope. Again, they're toddlers. And when they are in their heads, they basically come out of sync and they fall over. When they are in their hearts, they go across the finish line. And so, again, incredibly strong analogy to really make you think about what you're doing. Because, again, doing a three-legged race, if anyone has done that, you really have to work very closely with your partner to really get into that rhythm. Right? And to realize that actually you are doing it together because you're actually co-joined by the leg. And so again, this is why it's so important to remember that you're always doing it as a energetic team together. The other ones that I saw, this was so lovely because it was the moon last night. But I saw him on the moon, and it was a crescent moon. And he was sat looking at a rose, and we had to do some heart healing and chanting. But I would recommend anyone to watch this. That it's you can, if you Google The Little Prince on YouTube. Basically, what happens is The Little Prince. It's a child story. It's a French children's story, but basically the little boy forgets who he is, and he forgets about love. And then he goes on a journey about how to find love. It involves a fox. I always say use the power of the fox every day to help you come back into your unions. Every morning wake up and say, "Fox, please be with me. Please be with my twin." The fox medicine, the power of the fox, you literally imagine yourself. I wear a fox bracelet. I wear, basically, we all do our little things, right? But I wear a fox bracelet because it just reminds me to always invoke the power of the fox. And so in The Little Prince, the fox is a key character. And through that healing, the little prince came through again because it is about remembering and waking up to love, basically. In another one, I saw the songs that were coming through: A Bed of Roses, Walk Like an Egyptian, The Last Mohicans, the soundtrack from The Last Mohicans. In this one, they were Native American warriors together, and they were friends. And so it was a past life. And the reason why that past life was being called through was to remember that warrior spirit, and to remember that they had gone to battle together, and they were each other's closest comrades in battle, in life, in everything. And I just heard back from the lady, and she said that recently her guidance has been saying about being courageous and the warrior. And so I was like, well, that's perfect then, because that's exactly what that past life was showing you, was that actually you were in battle together with your twin, side by side, as best friends and everything else. And that's the memory, the energetic memory that needed to be recalled in. Another one was about Egypt and about them coming out of a mummy. So in the mummy, they were like the chrysalis was the cocoon. And as the mummy was being unraveled and the bandages were coming off, they were coming into their power, right? So again, very symbolic about your energy is, if you imagine your energetic journey at the moment is to basically protect your energy like a cocoon, and to trust that when you're unraveling and when your transformation is ready, it will happen for you in that perfect timing. But again, it is about remembering always that the journey is an energetic journey of teamwork, and you're both doing it together, both uncovering things, more and more of your soul journey together. I know a lot of people have been experiencing that their twins have gone with other people recently and have said they don't want to have any contact and have said all of these things. And again, you have to remember that that is because they are on their soul journey. And so they are still learning the lessons, right? And so if they are being brought into karmic situations still, it's because their soul journey is taking them that way, until they have learnt their lessons and are ready to say, no, okay. But again, that's about their soul taking them on that path. And so the more that you can look at it very objectively and say, okay, I know our soul journeys is ultimately together, and I trust in that journey. So however long that's going to take, and I always say time is in spirit, right? Time isn't in spirit. So, from the spiritual point of view, you are already together. And everything that we're doing here on this physical plane is just learning more lessons, ready for that time to come. So, again, it was really lovely. The other songs that are coming through, Coming Home, and also a new one from Toto, which is Lightning Struck Me, I think. Both of them, Toto from the Wizard of Oz, Toto is Coming Home, literally, and the other song, Coming Home, that someone sent me, all of these are in the description box if you look in the description box of the video. But the first comment is by twins, and there were 369 comments. So 3 Divine Energy, 69 Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, Divine Union. And so this is why, it's so lovely, because we're all coming home. But if you think you're coming home to more and more of who you are through this process, then you realize that you already are home, right? And so whatever is happening in your journey at the moment is meant to happen, because that's part of your journey, because it's already been planned out. It's already done. Okay, so I've been asked to read number 117 from the Divine Love Letter book. So if you want to have a channeling from your twin or from your guides, please do. It's only $10. Okay, so letter 117 is, yes, I want you to reach out to me anytime you want. I don't want you to feel in any doubt that I always love hearing from you. And I want you to message me even if I don't respond. Please don't take it to heart. It's just sometimes I can't because I'm going through stuff and it complicates things. It's complicated. But that doesn't mean that I don't love getting your messages. I just want you to message me whenever you feel like it and be completely honest and tell me whatever you are thinking. It's okay to let your guard down. Know that all your messages are very fondly received by my heart. Trust that I will respond with my heart right back, even if I don't respond by phone. Well, that's so lovely, because that's saying my heart connection always wants you to reach out to me. So don't be put off by the 3D illusion. Letter 117 from book 2 is this, because it's not the right time. Because there is so much work being done in the background to bring all of us together. You can't even imagine how complex and intricate the complete jigsaw puzzle is. The parts are all moving, but every little piece is moving in unison with each other, in unison with a bigger divine plan that has the universal energies moving all the pieces. Ours is not to have to know how, but we will be guided to put our jigsaw pieces together when our piece fits with the universal love union jigsaw. The more you focus on your heart, the more our pieces will come together. Focus on love and focus on us being together. Wow. Well, that says it all, doesn't it? That's like, it's all down to the big universal love jigsaw. And 117 from book 3. My darling, there's so much that I want to give to our life together. I want to make us have the best life we possibly can. I'm working on myself as I'm working on making our nest egg, because I have to come and make everything right. Everything has to come together perfectly, because it's so important for us to be the best version of ourselves to shine bright. You see, you have done this. You have lit me up. You have shown me the way to a better life. A life filled with love, possibilities, miracles, and love, love, love. You are my eternal love. Wow. I mean, how cool is that? And so that's the other thing to remember on this journey, is that basically it is an energetic game. And the more that that was letter 117 from the books. And the more that, so when you originally have that initial spark of awareness, or your soul has that initial spark, it basically is a spark that has lit that energetic trigger, right? And so basically, just like an ember burning, that energetic spark just triggers like a domino effect. And eventually, you know, the domino effect eventually means that all of the, you know, the domino effect, you see that chain of dominoes, and eventually all of them come down. And that is the same as all of the guards, all of the walls, all of the, you know, being in an ice cage or any of that. You know, basically, eventually all of that has to come down in order to be the vulnerable and the soul that is inside. Basically, the energetic being. And so that's what you have to trust. You have to trust that everything that is happening, all of those dominoes have to happen. And that could be that they're with other people. That could be that they're in different countries. That could be that they have to, all of whatever their lessons are and whatever your lessons are, you know, that is the domino that needs to happen before you can come, you know. And it's about trusting. It's just about trusting in the path. And know that you are here to be a love warrior. And just like in that lady's past life healing, you know, it's very much, you know, bringing back a past life that's going to help her today. And of course, no wonder she's getting guidance around courage, because the past life was to remember that they were warriors together in a past life. And that's what the beauty of the journey is. The beauty of the journey is to uncover more and more of your soul, and more and more of your soul path together. And that's when you can just think, this is an incredible journey, and we are all coming home. All right, I hope that helps. Take care. Bye.